all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you. This beat is so rich.
Folks, here on the Jared the Bossman Show with Mark Prosser of the Western Carolina Catamounts out of SoCon. We got Mercer down the road from us, Chattanooga. We also got Western Carolina up the road from us as well. Coach, how is it up there with you guys in Western Carolina, man?
Everything's great, man. Everything's great. Can't complain. Another beautiful day in Cullowhee, North Carolina today.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, we talked to you when we first got hired there in Western Carolina. So talk to us. What's been the biggest improvements for you guys since we last talked 2018?
Yeah, you know what? I think it was, just a comfort level with what we're trying to do in our systems offensively and defensively. And, it's a little bit more of a natural fit for some of our guys into our system. And the most important thing is we have great kids and they're working really hard. And to have been in the system now for over a year and understanding the expectations and starting to be able to, I think a really cool thing within your team when your upperclassmen start to be able to teach the underclassmen. And it's coming from a different voice, and it's not always coming from sort of coach yelling at me and things like that. It's interpreted differently, and sometimes it means a little more. So I think that's been a large part of our young kids and their success and their improvement over the last several months and weeks. And we need that to continue moving forward.
And Coach, I know you probably prioritize this offseason was really development, whether it be on-court development with skill development and also in the weight room with the strength coach, also nutrition-wise as well, getting them to eat right so they can get strong so they can last, because the basketball season is a long season. You got to go from November through March. You need them to last for you and play hard for you at least 30 times a year. So how key was that development for those young men from being on the court with you guys and the coaches and also with the strength coach to get better food-wise and strength-wise?
Yeah, it's amazing how, our sport has turned almost year round when we have summer school and then they've moved the start date up of practice into basically late September. And, you're right. And our pace and our style of play is a little bit different than it had been here in the past. And so there was a little bit of an adjustment period of that. And the type of body type that we want our student athletes to have, to play at the pace we want to play. And, with the sort of the positioning and the type of student athlete that we bring in and how they fit. So, yeah, it was a bit of an adjustment, I think. And, we have an unbelievable support staff. We have a really, really good group of coaches here, and our staff is second to none, I think, in our league. And our strength and conditioning coach is a guy named Jim Wilson that does a great job with our kids and takes a lot of that stuff personally in their nutrition and making sure that, again, we don't want to be, when I remember when my father was coaching and Xavier and we first got to Wake Forest and they wanted to play fast and those guys were in unbelievable shape and going through boot camp conditioning and everything else in the fall. And I remember watching that from afar and, it's nice, now we've sort of morphed into a team in a program that wants to be, playing our best and in our best shape in January, February, and March, more so than, October, November, and hopefully hitting our stride right around the conference tournament and doing the best that we can to hang that banner, because that's our goal this year. That's our goal every year.
Exactly. Like you said, Coach, for you guys in the SoCon, your most important thing is those 3 days in March. So you got to make sure you're peaking at that tournament time to get that bid, because likely you're not going to be a 2-bid league, but the quality of coaching and teams it should be, but I'm likely going to be at one bid league. So you have to make sure you're really peaking in that tournament in March there.
Yeah, there's no question. I think, our league showed and has shown over the last several years that it should be in the conversation every year for multiple bids, but you're right. Realistically, it's probably a 1-bid league more often than not. And again, it doesn't really matter necessarily what happens going into that tournament. It's who kind of gets hot at the right time. Now, obviously, seeding matters, and the regular season is very, very important in conference play. But it's the team that's playing the best and is peaking at the right time and manages injuries and things like that. And that's our goal. We're playing our best for those couple of days, and when you cut down that net, nobody asks you what happened before it. It's just sort of what happens after that. So, that is our goal. And, even though we take every one very, very seriously, the next one on our schedule is the most important. We're always sort of building towards being the best that we can be for that event in March.
And, Coach, you're 80-3 in non-conference play. That's make you very, very happy. Being in the SoCon conference where you have to play some guarantee games and go on the road a lot, to be 80-3 non-con has to make you very, very happy.
Yeah, our 8-3 record non-conference, and then we played 2 non-Division I games. So, we're actually 10-3 overall at this point. We played in the 3 games that we lost. We played, very good opponents. We, played Florida State down there, lost by 5. And again, we were winning by 17 at one point and couldn't make the right plays at the end to finish it. Obviously, we came down to the Atlanta area, I guess. We played, our opener was at Georgia, and obviously they're talented in a game that we were leading with 10 minutes to play in a very similar sort of format as Xavier, leading with about 10 minutes to play and weren't able to close it out. So, the games that we did lose were very good opponents. We've had some unbelievable sort of, 1 or 2 possession, late clock, overtime games, and the games that we've been able to emerge victorious. And, we just have a good group. They don't bat an eye. They keep competing. They know that it's a 40-minute game, and they're hungry. And I think, our league, you mentioned, it is very good. And a lot of people talk about, the top teams in our league and deservedly so, and they've earned that. But, we want to be in that conversation. It's up to us to make sure that we are. And, our next challenge is a road game we're on our way to right now. And, we look forward to that challenge and getting the next opportunity to show people and start to gain the respect of not only the Southern Conference, but of people nationally, because our kids work really hard for that. And it's important that people start to recognize, who they are and what they're accomplishing, and a quick turnaround here for Western Carolina basketball.
And, Coach, 7 to 10 schools in SoCon are 500 or better. at this point in January, which has to make as a conference feel good, and hopefully the Ken Palm ratings and the RPI will help you guys, because 7 of the 10 schools in the SoCon, a mid-major conference, are over 500, which means you've been playing well, knowing you had to play guarantee games as part of your scheduling.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have reminded me that. But yeah, it does. It makes you, that's what we want. That's why we're here. We want to compete against the best in the country. And, when you're a member of the Southern Conference, you have to be prepared to bring it every night. Because if you don't, you're going to get beaten, and you might get beat soundly. And, I think, our league will always represent itself well in all those analytical ratings. And I think, we're last year we didn't do a great job of holding up our end of the bargain. I think this year we are. I think we're in the top 100 right now. I haven't checked today. And the net rankings, which, as they NCAA tournament, I think that's the metric that they use now. Now I think we have a couple of teams in the top 100. We're right there as well. So again, I think it's important for us to sort of make up for what we didn't bring to the table last year. And, but again, we don't back down from those challenges of the teams in our league. Like I said before, that's why we're here. We look forward to that, and it's up to us to make sure that when people do talk about the best teams in a very, very good league, that we put ourselves in that conversation.
And really, like I'll tell my staff in prep for the interview, talking to you, that pretty much you guys are a few plays to here and there from having a better record, as you mentioned. So like I said, your team, your record is your record, but really it can be a lot better, and your team should be happy knowing, hey, we may execute it at the right time, a different way here, we can have even a better record. And so we can sustain this, which I learned from it when it gets crunch time. Let's make the right plays, right decisions, make the right shots, so we can be okay and win these games like we did throughout the non-cons well.
Yeah, and those games are unbelievable preparation for our league, because they are, again, we mentioned sort of the teams that we played that were Power 5 levels. We are really good too, and we get into the conference play, and they were all great environments. What Georgia's done down there, and their basketball home environment is terrific, and Xavier's obviously one of the most difficult places to play in the country, and so playing in those games really helps sort of prepare you for going into a hostile atmosphere with good teams in our league, and the natural rivalries that have been there for a long time, and you better be on it, because like I said before, you'll end up walking out of there with a pretty sound defeat if you don't. And so yeah, hopefully we learn from that. Sometimes it's a lot nicer to learn from wins than learn from losses, but it's part of the process, and hopefully we've done so, and we'll certainly have to if we want to get to where we want to get to in March.
And, Coach, you've done a good job defending your home court. I feel like you have to really defend that home court. It's very, very important to win the home games that you have, because when you go on the road, it's always a crapshoot, depending on how it goes. But definitely getting those home wins, I feel like you guys would put emphasis on, because I see you've done real well so far at home.
Yeah, it's a program that's always been built on that and prided itself on making Coley, North Carolina, making Western a really, really tough place to play. I saw it from the other side when I was an assistant at Wofford in the league. And so, that was important to us to continue that tradition, and Coach Hunter and his staff and players did a great job of building that tradition. And so, it was important for us to continue that, and we've done it at a higher level than we did maybe last year. But as we continue to hopefully put an exciting brand of basketball on the court and an exciting product on the court, I think, our support and our student body and our alums and our fans will be out even more and more, and all that stuff helps. I mean, it's palpable when those seats are filled, and they just hung a brand new video board, scoreboard today actually in our arena. So it continues to get better, and it's our job to continue to be successful, and we have wonderful young men that are easy to come and pull for and cheer for. So we're having fun with it, and it is, like you said, it's important to us to defend that home court, because if you want to win a championship, if you want to win a regular season championship, and it's all the things that there are goals for our program, you have to take care of home, because you're right, going and winning on the road is difficult, and I don't care what league you're in, winning road games in Division I basketball is hard no matter what.
And, Coach, you're heading to VMI right now. What are you saying for those guys on the film as you prepare to play those guys here till tomorrow? Yeah,
they're an elite three-point shooting team. I think they're second in the country and made threes per game. They made 16 of them the other day against Stanford, and you have to be prepared for that. And they have kids that play very, very hard in their system. They play a sort of a matchup half-court matchup zone defensively. And, we played Citadel the other day that has sort of a unique style to them. Well, and, it's nice as you kind of get into league play. You have that 2 days to prepare when you play Wednesday, Saturday. And, it's difficult because the coaching and the talent level in our league is so good. And again, it's another team that we'll have to play very well against to have a chance to win because of how talented they are, because of how well coached they are. But I think we're taking a good group up there that's confident and looks forward to every time they get to put the uniform on. And to their credit, VMI beat us 3 times last year. And so, obviously that's going to be in the back of our mind. And we look forward to having that next challenge and hopefully preparing and as a coaching staff, hopefully preparing our kids better than we have in the past. And again, it'll take a very, very good effort for us to win up there, like any other road game. But we're looking forward to that challenge.
Coach, you have a young man from Atlanta on your roster. Can you talk about him a little bit? What his impact will be on your program for the years to come?
Yeah, no, we have a young man named Amir Langley who was in Holy Spirit last year, and obviously he played with Ant-Man down there, and they're very close. And unfortunately, when very quick upon his arrival, had an injury and is planning to redshirt this year, but is a very, very talented kid. That we're going to count on very, very quickly as far as his playing days when he is on the floor next year. And great kid, great family. And I think Western Carolina has always had a lot of success recruiting in the Atlanta and the Georgia area. We want to continue to do so. But we were very, very fortunate that Amir and his family picked Western. He's hardworking, great young man, and he's going to be a really good player. And you'll look forward to seeing him. You'll like him when you see him, and he'll be here before you know it.
Looking forward to it, Coach. Coach, have a safe trip to VMI. Look forward to talking to you real soon. And, of course, Happy New Year to you as well, Coach.
Happy New Year to you. Thanks so much for having us.
All right, thank you. That's Mark Prosser on the Bossman Show, people.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to do 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.